Greetings and salutations, everybody. Lord X here, coming at you with another episode of the X Zone. That isn't an unboxing video, or is kind of an unboxing video. It's in the fucking title, after all. Isn't video game related, because we're doing wrestling today, and not WWE. No, we're doing TNA, Total Non-Stop Action Wrestling. A company that has not been doing their best lately. Though they're rebounding a little bit. Yeah, I'm not going to go into the financial thing, but their store is like having a massive sale right now. So I got this, the TNA 8x10 grab bag, mystery bag, which contains 30 8x10s. And I'm going to run through these, see if we know anybody out of this. Maybe I'll do a little counter, like, down, like right here somewhere, showing if I know them, if I don't. But anyways, let's dive into the goodness here. There's 30. I don't think these are signed. We will start from this end right here. And I have no idea what I'm going to do with 30 TNA 8x10s. I really don't. Alright, first one is... Wow, I don't even recognize him with this look. It's the broken one, Matt Hardy. Okay, so I actually know one. So, ding! We got one. Alright. Next up here, we'll dive into the pack, and we will... I should put them the other way, but there's information on the back here, which I don't want to show. And the next one is... Woo! The Nature Boy, Ric Flair. So, okay, cool. We're 2 for 2 so far on people that I know, and Ric Flair just fell to the floor. Next up, we have, not familiar with, Miss Trish Meisher? Not sure about her. She looks hot, though. I'll give her that. So there you go. That's one that I'm not familiar with. Next up, we have the whole damn show. RVD, Rod Van Dam, and I just completely said Rob. And I'm not the one smoking the weed. But ding, know him. Next up, we have who in the... No idea who this guy is, but DJZ. Yeah. No idea who this dude is. Okay. And diving in, the next one is... Oh, this one's actually pretty cool. The Icon, Sting. That's a really nice 8x10, actually. That's cool. Sting, know him. A ding, a ding, a ding. Next up, we have... MVP. Man, guy was underutilized in WWE. Could have been so much more. But anyways, I do know him, so there we go. That's another one on the known list. Next up here, he just made his Raw debut recently. It's Samoa Joe, the Samoan submission machine. So cool. I do know Samoa Joe. Next up here on the list, we've got ourselves another female. It's Satara. And I have no idea who she is either. Can't win them all. Next up, we have... Let's see if I can mix things up here a little bit. Shannon Moore. I actually do remember Shannon Moore, but I do not remember him with that kind of look. Jesus Christ, what the hell happened to Shannon Moore? Remember when he was a part of that three-man group in WCW? Wow, dude has changed. But I do recognize him, by the name anyway. Next up we have the Pope, D'Angelo Dinero. Kind of looks like R-Truth, but is that R-Truth? No, that's not R-Truth. I do not recognize this dude. Okay. That's another one in the I have no idea who that is category. Next up, we have the phenomenal one, AJ Styles. And of course, I know him. Best wrestler in WWE right now. Probably best wrestler in the world next to Kenny Omega. So there you go, AJ Styles. That's another one on the known list. Next up, let's dive here in the middle. I've got a couple in my hand right now. Let's push that one back down, and we've got Hernandez. Was he in WWE? Don't know. Kind of looks like a Mexican John Cena by that look. You know, the old Thugonomics John Cena look. But, okay. I'm going to scratch this one on the I have no idea who this is list. Next up, we have Don West. He's the announcer, I believe. And he's the whole sale that they have going on right now is the Don West, like, massive blowout sale. So there you go. That's I know him from that, I guess. All right, let's see. Next one here we have. Oh, we have ourselves another woman's wrestler. Oh, maybe. Yep. Hey, it's Gail Kim. I do recognize her. So there you go. That's another one on the I recognize them list. First of the females that I've actually. Oh, okay. This one I am probably going to have to send to Steven Larson. YouTube.com/Steven Larson. Going in Raw podcast. Because listen up, Slapnuts, it's Jeff Jarrett. Unfortunately, I do know who Jeff Jarrett is, so that's another one on the I know list. There you go. Next up here, we've got, digging in through the pile, we have, oh, glorious. I won't give in. I cannot sing right now. It's Bobby Roode, Toronto's own and current NXT champion. And Bobby is a fantastic wrestler. Awesome dude. Really rooting for him. Probably my favorite wrestler on NXT right now. And his theme song is actually glorious. Look it up. It is fan-fucking-tastic, I tell you. Alright, so there's another one on the I Know Them list. Next up, we have Austin Aries, a.k.a. the greatest man alive. Now, of course, I know who Austin Aries is because he's currently in WWE as well. He's been commentating on 205 Live and the 205 Live matches on Raw. So, yeah, very good wrestler too. Watch some of his matches. He's really good. So, boom, another one on the I Know Them list. Next up here we have, hey, Christopher Daniels. I actually did watch some of his matches in early TNA, so I do know this dude. So there you go. That's another one on the I Know list. I think like the Fallen Angel, Christopher Daniels, something like that. All right, next up, we have Angelina Love. Goodness gracious. Not sure who I think I vaguely remember her from watching TNA years ago. Vaguely familiar. But anyways, there you go. Boom. Another one on the I kind of know them list. Okay. Next up here, we have dun, 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 Kurt Angle. Of course, Kurt Angle announced he's going into the Hall of Fame this year, the WWE Hall of Fame. Fantastic wrestler. Loved his time in WWE. Never really watched much of his TNA stuff, but cool. That's awesome. Maybe one of these days, if he shows up here for one of the indie shows, I'll get him to sign this. Next up, we have Madison Rayne. No idea who she is. This is incredible. I recognize a lot of the male wrestlers here. I've only really recognized 2 of the females yet. I have no idea who Madison Rayne is, unfortunately. Alright, next up here, we're almost down to the final few. We're kind of sticking together here now. I have no idea who this guy is, and his name is Kazarian? Kazarian? Yeah, no idea who this dude is. Alright, next up we have Eric Young, the leader of Sanity, currently in WWE. And I do remember watching some of his matches back in TNA. So, yes, I recognize Eric Young. I should go right there somewhere. Boom. Oh, we are down to the finals here. Next up, we have... Hey, I do recognize her. It's ODB. I think she had a bit of a time in WWE as well, but there you go. Another one that I actually do recognize. Alright, we are down to the final 4 here. Okay, next up we have... Oh, it's Mr. Anderson. Part of the Aces and Eights version of him. Okay. Dude was not a safe worker in WWE, apparently. Next, we have... Hey, I actually recognize this guy because he had a very, very brief time in NXT. It's James Storm. Not to be confused with Lance Storm, the best Canadian wrestler ever. Next to Bret Hart. So there you go, James Storm. Oh, my bad. There's 3 left here. Next up we have, hey, another one that I actually recognize. It's Mickie James. Currently returning to WWE. Now on WWE SmackDown Live. Cool. Awesome. That's an awesome one to have. Next up, we are down to the final 2. We have... Get the tables! It's Bully Ray, a.k.a. Bubba Ray Dudley. That's awesome. That is cool. That's another one on the I Recognize Them list. And the final one. Yes, I recognize her as well. She had a very brief time in WWE. Not the... Yeah, I think this is the last one. This is the last one. Boom, I can get rid of that. It's Christy Hemme. Remember her? Google search her name. You will find some interesting pictures. But cool, I do recognize her. And ladies and gentlemen, that, for the last 13 minutes or so, has been 30 TNA 8x10s. And they do have, like, their sales still going on right now. Maybe I'll divulge a little bit if they still have it on, actually. And I'll order the mystery package that they have, which comes with like 5 DVDs, 4 or 5 DVDs, I can't remember, a couple of t-shirts, and 3 mystery items. Maybe I will do that for you and do another one of these video unboxing things. But anyways, that's going to do it for me for right now. I promise you that more gaming stuff will be coming in the very near future. I want to get back to streaming at some point. It's just very difficult right now. Usually there are people in the house talking and music playing, so I don't get a chance to really live stream that much anymore. My free time goes into the quiet time in the house goes towards recording stuff for Friday Night Fight and Tuesday Through, everything OGW related. But anyways, more stuff to come in the near future. More wrestling videos, more random vlogs like this, because I miss doing random episodes of the X Zone, just talking about shit. But anyways, that does it for me right now. You guys have been awesome. I have been Lord X. Or, sorry, reverse that. It's been a while since I've done this. I've been Lord X. You have been awesome. And I will catch you next time.